What's up, everybody? I hope that this video finds you well and in excellent spirits. My name is Mel, and welcome to my channel, Divine Feminine Works. If you're new here, welcome. If you're returning, welcome back. This channel is everything tarot, astrology, spirituality, and enlightenment. So if those are things that interest you, don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit that notification bell so you'll always be notified whenever I come out with new content. Today, I wanted to do a quick discussion and tarot read on the astrology of the new moon in Cancer. So this new moon in Cancer is happening tomorrow, July 20th. And it's interesting because this new moon in Cancer is the second new moon in Cancer that we're having back to back. So last month in June, the new moon was in Cancer, and this month in July, the new moon is in Cancer. And that's a pretty rare occurrence because typically every time we have a new moon, it's in a different astrological sign, but this time it's back to back in Cancer. And that just lets me know that there's a real emphasis here that Spirit is trying to convey to us. It's like there's something really important here that we need to take notice of before we can move forward and before things sort of go back into place, whatever that place is. But let me talk about what a new moon is generally. So the new moon phase of the moon is when the moon and the sun are conjunct, meaning that they are right next to each other or on top of each other, astrologically speaking. As you can see right here, the moon is at 28 degrees and the moon is at 27 degrees and the sun is at 28 degrees. So they're like right next to each other. And during that phase of the moon is completely hidden. You can't see it. So it's completely dark in the sky. And symbolically, that is a time to plant new seeds of manifestation. So if there's anything that you want to manifest in your reality, the new moon phase of the moon is the perfect time to do that. That's when you plant the seed. Like, I'll give you the example of an apple tree. Suppose that you want to have an apple orchard. During the new moon phase of the moon, that would be the perfect time to literally plant those seeds in the ground so that these trees can eventually grow and produce apples. And that's what this phase of the moon is all about. Now, when you're talking about the new moon being in Cancer, first of all, the moon is at home in the sign of Cancer, so it's in its home. So it doesn't surprise me that the moon is staying here an extra month because it's home and it's comfortable. But apart from that, Cancer is a very emotional sign. It's emotional, it's psychic, and it's very home-oriented. And what do I mean by that? It deals with domestic issues. It deals with issues involving mothers. Anything that's close to home, anything that's private to you is under the realm of Cancer. And with this new moon, you may feel the urge to initiate or plant the seeds of intention for something that's very private to you, something that evokes emotion within you. What makes this new moon in particular very interesting and a bit difficult is that it's actually opposing Saturn in Capricorn, which is directly across from it. So as you can see, there's this opposition here between the moon and the sun conjunct in Cancer with Saturn conjunct Pluto and Jupiter in Capricorn. So it's a lot of heavy energy. I want to explain sort of what an opposition is and how the energy is typically felt. So imagine you have two cars back to back, back bumper to back bumper, and they are tethered by a rope. And both of these cars are trying to go forward. So they're both trying to go in opposite directions, but being that they're tethered by this rope, they can't get very far. And they're both revving their engines and they're both trying to go forward. But especially if they're going at the same speed, they can't really go anywhere. And that is what the energy of an opposition feels like. You've got two extremes and it's like you're trying to find the balance between the two. And And sometimes you can get nowhere because both extremes are like pulling really hard in both directions. So to put this in like a real world scenario, imagine there's something that you want to manifest for yourself. Perhaps that you want to manifest a new car for yourself, right? That's something that's personal to you. That's something that you want for you. But you have these responsibilities, perhaps to your family, perhaps to other people that you're close to, that's preventing you from doing that. So on the one hand, you want to manifest a new car. On the other hand, you need that money for your familial responsibilities or for work responsibilities or whatever. That is how this new moon is like playing out for everyone right now. And again, it's this tug of war between your private life and your public life. Things that you hold dear to you, things that you don't have out in the open versus your job, your career, your reputation, responsibilities that you have within society. This is the tug of war that we're all dealing with right now. And Cancer and Capricorn are both cardinal signs. Cardinal signs are all about initiation. They're the ones that initiate things. They're the ones that start things. And so you have this very dynamic energy between these two signs and between these two types of energies. So although typically new moons are very sort of stable and very easygoing for the most part, this new moon is going to have some harsh aspects to it and some, you know, tug of war type energy that's going to be happening. And the cardinal signs are probably going to be feeling this the most. The cardinal signs are Aries, Cancer, Libra, and Capricorn. So if you're either of those signs, you might be feeling this energy a bit more than everybody else. So that's the general astrology for this new moon. Let's get into each individual sign grouped by element and see what's going on with them. All right, fire signs, that's Aries, Leo, and Sagittarius. Let's see how this new moon is going to affect you all. Let's start with Aries. This is for Aries, Sun, Moon, Rising, and North Node. How is this new moon going to affect you? Oh, I should begin by saying, so Aries, this new moon is happening in your 4th house, and your 4th house is all about home, domestic life, domestic relations, real property. So if you own any property, any land, it could also have to do with your mother or a mother figure. So that's where this new moon is happening. And it's opposing your 10th house of public life, career, reputation. All right, we've got creativity. Yeah, the 10th house is all about your public life. So you are feeling this tug of war between wanting to manifest something new at home or something that's very personal to you versus your responsibilities to your job, to your family, your work, your public life. Those kind of responsibilities are tugging at your desire to start something new at home. All right, so we have creativity. And as a cardinal sign, Aries, you might be feeling this more than some of the other signs. Let's get another one here. We've got individuality. And then we have self-discipline. And at the bottom of the deck, we have abundance. All right, Aries, so I definitely get the sense that whatever you're trying to manifest right now is definitely something that's going to provide you abundance and stability at home. I feel like you are trying to take on this endeavor by yourself since we have individuality here. But I feel like what Spirit is saying is whatever abundance you're trying to manifest at this time, you should try to get creative input or at least input of some sort from those around you, perhaps family members or even a mother figure. I feel like that's what's going to help you tap into this abundance energy. I feel like for the longest time, self-discipline here, I feel like it's always been you. As like Aries is the first sign of the zodiac. It's like this fire initiating sort of energy. And I feel like when it comes to a lot of the things that you do, you're very self-centered. And I don't mean that in a bad way. I mean that you make things happen on your own. And I feel like Spirit is saying for this new moon, if you're trying to manifest something that's going to manifest abundance for you, you need to work at it with other people. There are going to be other people that can provide creative input, that'll help you manifest this. You don't have to go it alone. All right, let's get some more clarification on this for you. All right, let's get one on creativity. Okay, we've got strength. I'm hearing there's strength in numbers. So you, again, you don't have to go it alone. You can definitely have people to help you here. Definitely strength in numbers. And also Leo season. This is also the card of Leo. So this is definitely talking about once Leo season starts, definitely enlist the help of others in order to help you manifest abundance. And that abundance doesn't have to be just at home. It could just be something that's very personal to you. But Spirit is saying don't go it alone. Let's get one on individuality. Ah, we have the Lovers. The Lovers is all about making choices. So this could be, I see. Okay, this is what Spirit is saying. All right, Aries. You might be trying to manifest a relationship at this time. You are tired of being single. You are tired of being an individual. You want to be booed up. And Spirit is saying, especially during the month of, especially during Leo season, have others help you, especially your friends. Have your friends help you. All right, let's get one on self-discipline here. Okay, we've got Wheel of Fortune. Yeah, like I said, the self-discipline card here is not about like, what I'm hearing is that you're always going at things alone. And I feel like now is the time, like you've had to let divine timing, you'd have to leave room for divine timing, but the time has come for you to have this abundant relationship. And again, yeah, because at the bottom of the deck, we've got Justice. And that's like the marriage card. That's a contract card. So yeah, what may be private to you that you're trying to manifest during this new moon is a relationship. And divine timing was at work, so you were probably single for a minute, but now now things are changing. And especially during Leo season, you have the opportunity to have people help you create this abundant relationship. Very nice. Let me see. All right, since this is a love relationship, let's get a love card on here, love oracle card, and see what final advice Spirit has for you for this new moon in Cancer. Okay, let's get one card here. My Aries, Sun, Moon, Rising, or North Node. We've got mirroring. Interesting. Yeah, you are in this energy of the other, which is very interesting because relationships can sometimes be a challenge for Aries because Aries are very much about Aries. They're about self. But the time has come now for you to be partnered up with someone. And I feel like this may be something that you haven't expressed to other people. Again, this is a manifestation that's very private to you. But it's time for you to focus on having a relationship that is abundant and that's lasting. If you look at this abundance card, it's the number 88, and that's infinity. But it's infinity for both of you, for you and this potential partner. So this is someone that you want to have in your life forever. And interesting, at the bottom of that, we've got patience. And like I said before, divine timing was at work. So I feel like you've been patient for a minute. And you haven't really expressed openly, oh, I want to be in a relationship, oh, I want to get married. But that's something that you've kept close to your heart. And that's something that during this new moon, you have the opportunity to manifest that. But there may be responsibilities, especially when it comes to work, that may be sort of preventing you from manifesting this relationship. Spirit is saying that, especially during the season of Leo, have others help you. If that means like having a friend hook you up with somebody, or if that means sharing your responsibilities with someone else. So like I said before, it's this tug of war between your personal desires and your responsibilities at work or to your family or whatever. Have someone help you shoulder those responsibilities so it frees up some of your energy to focus on manifesting this beautiful new relationship. Either way, you need some help here, but it's definitely in the cards for you. It's like your time now. It's a fortunate time for you right now to manifest this relationship that you really want. All right, Aries. That's what I got for you for this new moon in Cancer. All right, so next up is Leo. So for Leo, Sun, Moon, Rising, or North Node. For Leo, this new moon is happening in your 12th house. And the 12th house is all about the house of spirit. It's the house of what's hidden, what you can't see, what you can only feel, and what you can feel through your intuition. It's the house of faith. Faith requires you to have belief in something you can't necessarily see. And it's opposing Saturn and Capricorn, which is in your 6th house. And the 6th house is all about your house of work, daily responsibilities, and health. It's all about things that you can see. It's all about the tangible. It's all about the real. So you may be wanting to manifest something that you can't see yet. You may want to manifest something that, really depends on your intuition, but you're having this tug of war between that desire and your actual physical responsibilities. You may want to manifest something, grandiose that you can't see, but health issues are preventing you from manifesting that. So you have this tug of war between spirit and reality. So that's what's playing out for you, Leo. So let's see what messages Spirit has for you with respect to that. And again, this is Leo, Sun, Moon, Rising, or North Node. Oops. Yeah, that happens sometimes. We've got rebirth. So Leo, y'all are on the brink of something completely new. Like the phoenix rising from the ashes. And oh, where are my manners? A lot of y'all are, your season is coming up at the end of this week. So happy early birthday to my July Leos. All right, so we've got rebirth, karmic completion. Yeah, you definitely ended a cycle. And music, interesting. All right, so yeah, y'all are on the brink of a completely new kind of life. There's a karmic completion, which means there could have been a relationship or some circumstances that happened that were meant to teach you, to give you the tools that you would need for this rebirth. And music is playing a big part in this rebirth. It's like, it's a frequency change. You know how music is on different frequencies. And here with this music card, we've got 3 and a 2, which reduces to a 5. So there's a real change going on. It's a change of frequency for you. And there have been some lessons that you learned in the past that you're going to need to implement with this rebirth. Yeah. And we got time out. So for some of you, this could have been a relationship and now you're single. This relationship is no longer and you are moving on. For others of you, what I'm getting is that you're taking this time out, which is very 12th house energy. 12th house energy is about retreating. It's about going within. It's about stepping aside from the crowd and being alone and recharging your batteries. And I feel like that's what manifestation energy is available to you right now, because you've completed a cycle, whether that be with a relationship or otherwise, and you are taking this time out in order to get this rebirth on and popping. And I feel like if music isn't playing a major part in it, Spirit is saying that you're experiencing a frequency change. For some of you, you may be experiencing a lot of ringing in your ear or weird noises in your ears. That's because you're changing frequencies at this time. This is some real, like, deep shit, Leo. Some deep shit. Oh, and this makes complete sense because this new moon is in Cancer. The sun has not yet moved into Leo. And always, the season before your solar return, so for Leos, Cancer season is all about taking a time out. You always rest and recharge before your solar return because you're about to take this new journey around the sun, and that's what this rebirth is. This is not just your birthday season, Leo. You are becoming a completely different person. You're experiencing a very profound rebirth. That's what's manifesting for you right now with this new moon in Cancer, and you're changing frequencies. You're probably moving to a higher frequency. And there are probably some situations that ended for you fairly recently because you can't take these old, outdated situations, relationships, habits, etc. into this rebirth. So that's where you're at right now. Let's get some clarity on this. Let's get one on rebirth. We've got the Devil. All right, so it's very earthy energy. Very earthy energy. Let me get another one on this. On this Devil card. Okay, we've got Temperance. Interesting. All right, so Leo, we've got the Devil here, and this is the card of Capricorn. So this lets me know that some of you may have been experiencing health issues because Capricorn, as represented here, is would be in your 6th house. That is the energy that's opposing this new moon in Cancer. So some of you may have had some health issues that you were dealing with, or some work issues that you were dealing with. And Spirit is tempering this situation. So it's like this alchemy of these health issues, these work issues with this rebirth, if that makes any sense. I hope it does. But I say that to say that Spirit is working on this situation with respect to your health or your work. It's like you've got guardian angels behind the scenes who are tempering this situation and helping to usher in this rebirth that you're experiencing now. All right, let's get one on karmic completion. Okay, we've got the King of Swords. You could have been involved with the King of Swords. That's Gemini, Libra, or Aquarius. Or this King of Swords, and it could be a woman. It doesn't necessarily have to be a man. But this King of Swords was instrumental in this karmic completion. So again, you could have been involved with this King of Swords. This King of Swords could have been a co-worker or someone with whom you work. That would be the same thing as co-worker, sorry. But there's a cycle that you were involved in with this King of Swords that has now ended. Yeah. This involvement with this King of Swords has now ended. All right, let's get one on this music card. Okay, we've got 3 of Wands. 3 of Wands is all about expectation. It's about waiting for your ships to come in. And again, this is sort of the energy you need to be in during this time out. This energy of expectancy, this energy of waiting in a sense, because like I said, you've got spirit here that's like cooking things up behind the scenes. And so you need to remain open and you need to remain receptive to this frequency change. For some of you, it might literally involve music. Like music might be a part of this rebirth, but I'm getting for the vast majority of you, it's a change in frequency. You're moving to a higher elevation. You are ascending, and you need to remain open and receptive to that. And at the bottom of the deck, we've got the Knight of Wands. So I feel like this energy, this rebirth is coming in fairly quickly. This isn't something that you're going to be waiting around for a long time. It's like, boom, before you know it, you're going to be like a new person. You're going to be on a new wavelength. All right. So let's get one last card here. This is for Leo, Sun, Moon, Rising, North Node for this new moon in Cancer. That's beautiful. You've got blessed. So regardless of what's going on right now, and this is a number 22, so that's a 4. So you guys are definitely blessed and you're stable. And I feel like Spirit is asking you to have, okay, what I just heard is you may not be able to get through the door, but you should be thankful for the time that you're waiting. Oh my gosh, I completely messed that up. I'm sorry. It made sense in my mind, and then when it started coming out my mouth, it sounded like gibberish. But yes, you should stay in a space of expectancy and of gratitude because you are blessed. This level up, this rebirth that you're experiencing is sponsored by Spirit. They are blessing you with this rebirth. And so you need to remain open. You need to remain receptive, expectant, and grateful. All right, Leo, that's what I got for you for this new moon in Cancer. All right, so next up, we've got Sagittarius. So Sagittarius, this new moon is happening in your 8th house. And your 8th house is all about other people's money, other people's resources. So that may be money from your spouse, money from your lover. It could be loans from banks, insurance policies, taxes, things of that nature. So this new moon in Cancer has you surrounded by the energy of manifesting something new with respect to other people's resources. Perhaps you are looking to take a mortgage out so that you can buy a home. Perhaps you are looking to use your spouse's funds to go shopping. Whatever it is, you are looking to manifest something new with other people's resources. This is in conflict with Saturn in Capricorn, which is in your 2nd house. And your 2nd house is your house of personal income. So how is this playing out for you? You may be trying to manifest something new with, let's say you're looking to take out a mortgage that you can buy a home. This is in opposition to your personal finances. So your personal finances may be not the best, and therefore it is sort of hindering you from getting that mortgage. So you have, on the one hand, you have other people's resources. On the other hand, you have your own resources. And trying to manifest something with other people's resources is being hindered by your own personal finances at this time. All right, so that's pretty much how it's going to play out for you, Sagittarius. So let's see what messages Spirit has for you with respect to this new moon. And that's Sagittarius, Sun, Moon, Rising, or North Node. All right, we've got individuality. This goes back to what I was just saying. Like, it's your own resources that may be a hindrance to this manifestation that you're trying, this intention that you're trying to manifest. All right. Okay, we've got rebirth. Interesting. Leo just got this as well. So there's a new situation on the horizon. It's like you're the Phoenix rising from the ashes. There's a new situation that's trying to come forth right now. Let's get one more here. And we've got compassion. I'm hearing that you've got to be easy on yourself. Now, again, this dichotomy is between your resources and other people's resources. So not only do you have to be easy on yourself, but you have to be compassionate and considerate for the other person that's in this situation. So if it's your spouse, you need to show some compassion for them. If it's the bank or if it's someone else's resources, you need to be cognizant of the other person. You can't just be thinking about yourself and just what you want and what your needs are. You need to consider the other people in this situation when it comes to this rebirth and this new life you're trying to create. And at the bottom of the deck, we have teaching and learning. So there's some give and take that has to happen here. Yeah, it's a give and take. It's you learn from them, they learn from you, and vice versa. Yeah, it's like you're not the only one that's in this situation. So you need to be cognizant of everyone else. All right, let's get one on individuality. We've got the Knight of Cups. So there's some sort of offer that you're trying to make to someone else. I feel like you're coming with, although it's cups, I feel like you're coming with an idea to someone. So let's say we are talking about your spouse or your significant other. You're coming towards them saying, listen, I think that we should do this. With resources that we share or with their resources, there's some idea or there's some sort of offer that you're trying to make. Let's get another one on here. We've got the Ten of Wands. Spirit is saying, but don't bombard this person. Like, again, this is where compassion comes in. Like, don't be overbearing with this. As a fire sign, you guys are very passionate and you guys can be intense and blunt. And Spirit is saying, like, don't approach this person wanting to hit them over the head with your idea or with whatever this is that you're trying to manifest. There's a certain level of compassion. I hate to overuse that word. But there's a certain level of compassion that you need to have when you're approaching this person. It's not just about you. And if you need their help for something, especially if you need their resources for something, you can't come into this situation guns blazing, ready to beat them over the head with your demands. You need to have a softer approach here, is what Spirit is saying. All right, let's get one on rebirth. Oops, that one fell. Let's get another one on rebirth. Okay, we've got the Five of Cups. Spirit is saying that this might not work out in the exact way that you want it to work out. Again, because it's not just you that's in this situation. So it's happening, but not the way that you want it to. And so Spirit doesn't want you to feel like everything is gone, everything is lost because things aren't going your way. Again, when you're dealing with other people's resources, you can't just have things always go your way. Doesn't mean that things aren't going to happen at all. It just means that things aren't going to happen in the way that you want them to happen. All right, let's get one on compassion. Okay, we've got the Ten of Pentacles. And this is great because if we're talking about resources, if we're talking about money, especially other people's money, the bag is secured. The bag is definitely secured. Like I said, things are going to work out in your favor. It's not just going to work out in the way that you want them to. That's why you can't come into this situation beating people over the head. I feel like, especially for those of you that are looking to get a loan, I feel like the loan is going to come through. The loan is definitely going to come through. How I'm seeing this play out for some of you, your own finances may not be enough to secure the loan. You may need a cosigner or guarantor in order to get the loan. And that's probably having you feel like this because you wanted to be independent. You wanted to be individual. You wanted to stand on your own 2 feet. A lot of times that may, sometimes it just doesn't work out that way. But you can't come into the situation saying, I want you to do this, I want you to do that. Like, you need to have compassion for the other person because they are the ones that are helping you secure the bag with their resources. You feel me? All right, let's get one last message here for Sagittarius. Sun, Moon, Rising, or North Node. Exchanging gifts. Again, Spirit is letting you know this is not just about you. It's like you're putting your resources together in order to have this 10 of Pentacles, all the Pentacles. And look, it's for both of you. So again, I really feel like for some of you, this could be like a mortgage for a house or a loan for something that you and your partner, whether that be romantic or otherwise, are going to enjoy together. And you're pooling your resources in order to get that. Because again, your resources on their own are not going to be enough, or they're not going to be sufficient, or they're just not going to be enough. Point blank, period. So again, you are exchanging gifts. You're pooling your resources together in order to have abundance for both of you. All right, so that's what I got for you, Sagittarius. Oh, and look at the bottom of this, it says happy, happy. Everyone's going to be happy in this situation. Don't get hung up in things not going the exact way that you pictured them. Just know that the end result is real positive. All right, that's what I got for you, Sagittarius, for this new moon in Cancer. All right, fire signs, that's what I've got for you for this new moon in Cancer. I hope that you guys were able to get at least one message from this reading today. If you'd like to book a personal reading with me, my information is in the description box below. If you'd like to order an astrology report with me, that information is in the description box as well. As always, these readings are a labor of love and come straight from my heart. They are an energy exchange, so if you feel so inclined and would like to buy me a coffee, that information is in the description box as well. I will talk to you guys later. Bye.